Welcome to another edition of Tarun's Thoughts. This is my bedroom. Hope everyone's having a good Friday. I almost didn't make a video today. I was listening to like David Foster Wallace stuff. He's like an author, by the way. He's dead. Of course he's dead. And he was talking about like the dangers of television, and I was thinking about the dangers of like social media. Like honestly, like I do want to, when I make shit like this, I do want people to find value in it. But I was like, dude, everyone's just trying to become like these digital drug dealers. Like, and honestly, like I want you to get addicted to this so I can have X amount of followers so I can bypass the Hollywood gatekeepers. Like it's such like a consumption driven society, and I'm just contributing to the problem by making another video. I'm sure you can find the same shit somewhere else on another YouTube channel. And it really got me thinking about like art in general, because man, this is already like way too heavy, right? Let's start with this. Last week I watched a movie, Bananas by Woody Allen. Love him or hate him, the guy I think is a genius, comedy genius, especially in the 70s. Like he made that movie in 71, like almost 10 years before I was born. And I mean, filmmaking then, especially without all the digital stuff, was really hard, and he would act and direct and write his own stuff. Somebody asked me to be on TikTok. They were like, you should be on TikTok. I didn't want to do it. I just started a TikTok account. I just upload my comedy videos on it. I've always had this thing about originality. Like I don't want to just recite movie lines and do dance moves. Like I feel like it doesn't inspire me. And that's always been how I approach art. Like I've got to be, if you watch any of my comedy things, however you feel about my comedy stuff, like I always try to be original, and I always try to come up with good ideas and just execute it properly. For me, that's inspiring. And so when I see Woody Allen, I was like, dude, this guy really did push the boundaries of comedy. And as a filmmaker, especially as a comedian, stand-up, I mean, he did stand-up like 4 years, and then he kind of crossed over. So no, he's definitely out of the conversation, in my opinion, is like one of the greatest stand-ups. But the guy definitely pushed the envelope as a comedy filmmaker and continues to do so. I heard that as soon as he finishes shooting a movie, he starts writing another movie immediately. Look at Seinfeld. Seinfeld, this guy just came out with a new special on Netflix. Same Seinfeld, observational stuff, and some of the reviews were just ripping on Seinfeld. Like he's 66 years old, and they were like, well, Seinfeld isn't doing anything new. He's not talking about his family, blah, blah, blah. However you think about Seinfeld, like you gotta respect the fact that this guy's out there as a 66-year-old guy, like touring around, developing his hour. Man, the guy's like working on his craft. And I remember when he had that documentary like 10 years ago, no, longer than 10 years ago, maybe 20 years, I was in college. It was about him coming back to stand up, and he would showcase how he would go club to club to make that act. And I remember sitting at the restaurant above the Comedy Cellar in New York City, and Seinfeld was doing a late night set, and he was there. Like he already finished Seinfeld. He didn't need to be there, but he was working on the craft of it. I wonder sometimes if entertainment in Hollywood, whatever we're living in, is just changed completely. Do people even give a shit about the art, the craft of I mean, look at me. Like, what am I doing? I'm talking to a phone right now. Like, is this even necessary? I mean, I think I know all my fans on some basis. I've messaged all of you. I look at podcasters and I think all the time, are people really making podcasts because they like doing these things? I mean, do they really want to create value for people's lives, or are they just, trying to be like the next Joe Rogan because their ego needs that approval? Actually, that's not true, but you get what I'm saying. I was just kind of concerned about that, and I was disillusioned by it. Maybe that's why I'm a comedian. I just think too much about things. But then again, I hate absolute statements. Look at Bill Burr. He's one of the greatest comedians working today, and that guy is firmly committed to the craft of what he's doing. But I think generally, especially like the millennial audience, like it's got to be very quick, no resistance, in and out, and you can really bypass a lot of hurdles, getting famous. Now, does being famous mean that you're good at what you do as an artist? I don't think so, but I definitely think it has more power than being good at the art. I mean, I sound like I'm just complaining about my own shit right now. Reading this book, Philip Roth. This guy, great, this is like a book review, book club now all of a sudden. Philip Roth died, but he's this great novelist, American novelist, and I was doing some research on this guy. He was living in Connecticut, just churning out books. He would write every single day, not married, he got divorced. I'm not sure about his kids, but he would just write every day, put out a book a year. A book a year. I just finished a novel. It took me a year and a half to write that, and I've got other shit going, but this guy would churn out This huge book. This book's what, 400 pages? And it's a great book. That craft to the art is, I feel like it's getting lost. It's getting smothered by social media. What I concluded was, don't quit anything. Just keep making whatever the hell you want to make. You know, from writing my books, making my videos, shooting my comedy things. Don't look at the numbers. Block out everybody in your peripheral and just do what you want to do authentically and leave it at that and be consistent. And everything else will just fall into place. Like, that's how I'm now approaching life, or at least for today anyways. I drink like an espresso every day, and that's what social media has become. It's like people are just want that thing right in their face. Telling my friend Adam Hunter, I was like, dude, if this shit was around when I was like 25, like, it would have been a different ball game, but it wasn't. I was like, maybe that's a good thing. Like, maybe it's a good thing that it actually forced me to evolve a little bit and live without it. I took a cruise ship. I went to my friend's wedding last year, and I didn't have social media for a week of no Instagram, no Facebook. Oh my God, I was like living in a vacuum. As soon as I put on my phone, it was like, oh my God, do people like my video from the week before? I got kicked off Facebook. I'm sure people know or don't know. I just restarted my Facebook account. I've got like 3 different Facebook pages. I haven't been on Facebook in like 2 years. Now all of a sudden, I'm like checking it like first thing in the morning. I'm like, oh my God, like any messages from my 4th cousin living in Bangalore? Like, who gives a shit? The scary thing for me, like Hollywood executives, like, they rank people they don't know based on their social media following. So they're like, oh my God, well, this guy can pull in some audience, so let's cast him in this. Maybe David Foster was onto something. I mean, maybe the guy killed himself, so you kind of just have to go with it. So I'm trying to adapt. I'm trying not to let it get to me. And maybe today, if you run out of things to do before you go on Instagram or watch some 18-year-old skank dance on TikTok, pet your dog, or pick up a book. I don't know, just something to think about. Don't forget to subscribe. See you guys soon. Thanks.